right, thank you so much for choosing to stay with us here at TV47. Remember, you're watching your daily business show. That's the Days Counter, where we bring to you the latest in the world of business and more insights about your money. Now, we have a very vibrant team that's here that's going to be talking about the Graduate Enterprise Academy. But before we get into that, let's have a quick reminder of the question of the day today, which is, how can entrepreneurs create jobs with the oil exploration in Kenya? How can entrepreneurs begin to create jobs with the oil exploration? 7KE and at Lucy_Riley with the hashtag DaysCounterKE. All right, thank you so much for joining me today, and I'd actually like to tell you karibuni sana. And first of all, if I can start from my furthest left, kindly begin by introducing yourself, Professor Wanderi, and all the way to my nearest right.
Thank you very much. I am Professor Peter Wanderi, and I serve at Mount Kenya University as the Principal Corporate Services, but I also serve as the overseer to the Graduate Enterprise Academy that brings us here this afternoon.
Fantastic, thank you.
My name is Godfrey Godho Nganga. I'm a lead developer at Kipacha Technologies, a company that was founded in 2013 that we do software development.
Thank you.
I'm Stella Maris Kadhomi Miriti, the founder and proprietor of Stages Tours and Travel, and also the first cohort of Graduate Enterprise Academy.
Fantastic, karibu.
Stephen Malala Opande is my name, the founder, proprietor and CEO of Sauti Kweli Media, which was also born from the first cohort of the MKU Enterprise Academy under GIA.
All right,
yes.
Fantastic. So it's really exciting to see that there are different industries that are represented here, and we can actually call you trainer of trainers if that's allowed. But perhaps I can start with Professor Wanderi. Talk to us a little bit about GIA and what really is the core purpose of forming such an organization.
Thank you very much. I should start by appreciating the fact that you have welcomed us to this show. And this invitation, we appreciate it because we need to share information about the Graduate Enterprise Academy at Mount Kenya University. The Graduate Enterprise Academy at MKU is a platform that was established in 2013 by the founder of Mount Kenya University, Professor Simon Gisharu, as his own initiative, where he serves as the patron. And it is an initiative where he realized that other than having students graduate from MKU, we need also to help them develop a mindset change from being job seekers to being job creators. In other words, given the fact that so many universities are graduating students, and given the fact that all these students are going out to look for jobs, and given the fact that it is also known so many people have the talent to be entrepreneurs, but maybe they were never exposed to such a situation, they were never given a chance to try their capacities, he said he would want to establish the Graduate Enterprise Academy, where young persons and graduates in this country could work with him to be job creators. And that is what we are here to talk about this afternoon. Thank you.
Fantastic. Now, perhaps I can throw this over to Stella. How do you think that this particular training, the Enterprise Academy, has impacted your business in the tours and travel industry? And is this something that you previously kind of went into gradually, having actually studied this before, or it's something that you've gotten as a result of the training to inculcate values as an entrepreneur?
Thank you so much. First, I would say my business came way before the GIA part of it. GIA came after I'd already, this was an idea that something that I started doing way before when I was still in campus. And then GIA came. And the impact of GIA is quite big. In one hand, I'll start by saying the training that we underwent, because it was 3 months in-house training where you are trained how to run a business, a legal business in Kenya. Then after GIA, we have had a few trainings from different partnerships. They have had with different universities, especially in Germany. We have had 2 trainings. And then the best of all has been the STEP training. because the STEP training is now taking us back to help other people, other young people, and showing them the way, being their mentors, and training them to be the leaders that we have and to become job creators as we had. So it has been a gradual program from 2014 all the way, and every time there's something that is coming up, a different training from different trainers. So it has built us in one way or another to run our businesses and to manage our teams.
Right, maybe, sorry.
Maybe before we go on, I think I should mention about what she has referred to as the STEP training. Mm-hmm. The STEP training, the word STEP, stands for Students Training on Entrepreneurial Promotion, and it is a German-based program. It's actually developed by Leuphana University of Germany in collaboration with the Makerere University Business School, and it was started in Kenya in 2012. At the moment, 3 universities, including Mount Kenya University, are hosting the program. We started Graduate Enterprise Academy with our own program. They benefited from our own program. The second cohort, whose representatives will be coming again here with, they also went through our own program. But in 2017, we joined the STEP program. And when we joined as the university, the STEP program, we realized that there was an opportunity for these persons who are in business to be trained to be trainers. And therefore, now where we are at the moment is a point where we have joined hands with Leuphana University, with the Kenya National Commission for UNESCO, and also with the other stakeholders in the country. And I'm very happy to indicate that some of them have participated in the training of the youth in Isiolo this year, and we are making arrangements so that they can, because of them, the 3 of them and others have now been trained to be trainers in the STEP program. So we are working with the county government so that they can go, and we have already started to go and train other young people within the counties. So I wanted to explain that because it has been mentioned.
Yeah.
And we are becoming bigger in our operations every day.
Right. Perhaps I can even direct this to Mr. Godfrey. How important is it really to take back what it is that you've learned and now inculcate the same values or train young people on how they can be entrepreneurs, coming from a point of view where you are actually in a position where you go through this every other day and you understand what it means to run or to lead an organization?
I would say it's very important because having been what we call Shagmondo, I'm brought up in a village. So once you're brought up in a village and you manage to go to a university, there's that talk about people wanting to see what you've become. So there's a lot of challenge on people wanting to know what this person has gone to the university to do. So when you're exposed to a university like MKU and it gives you a challenge, like they are training you, I was trained in ICT, then they give you a chance like GIA program, where they bring up and nurture your business idea. I believe it's something you're supposed to do what we call servant leadership. Servant leadership in a sense that what they train me, I'm supposed to bring it back to the youths who we grew up with. So on the same, I've started a corporation called the Cracks Gaming Lounge. This is where you bring young people to play PS4s, give them free Wi-Fi, then try to have a narrative about what youth jobs and job creation is about. So that's what we've been doing for now. There's Kipacha Technologies from my twin brother and I, Mapacha, then Kipacha. So it's my twin and I who drive the dream of having youths, not into drugs, but with a forum where they're supposed to interact with other youths who are in universities, colleges, and doing something for their lives.
Right. Perhaps, Malala, there is a question of the day today, which we've been asking on social media, is how can entrepreneurs create jobs with the oil exploration that's currently going on in Kenya? As you know, yesterday, we officially shipped the first barrels to ChemChina, which is a company in China. And so really, how can entrepreneurs begin to take advantage, or people who are out there who want to take advantage of this opportunity that's available in Kenya, knowing that you do train people on how they can take advantage of the situation on the ground?
Thank you so much for that question. Oil is becoming, in fact, we have been ranked as getting into the oil club, rich people in the world. And my perspective about how we entrepreneurs and others can join is, first of all, getting closer to where the oil exploration is coming from. The great opportunities there in terms of land where you can invest in maybe doing something, and also in ensuring that the oil itself reaches the market in time. I know it might be difficult, but if the Kenyan government gives opportunities to young people to invest into maybe oil tanks that are transporting before they build they dig the tunnel to transport this oil to Mombasa for shipment, it would be a great venture for them. Furthermore, it's just a matter of sitting down and looking into which other ways can youth come up to investing into the oil exploration, because it is there for some time, but this time it should be invested back into the country. So I think there are ways in terms of, other than just exportation, into Turkana itself. Let us go there and seek ways on how we can invest our youth in there, people getting jobs into the factories, and even simple selling food to people who are working into the company around there. We're exploring. That is ways in youth who are within Turkana can get start investing in.
Right, and now, actually, even just moving back to GIA, how would you say that the education system taking up the initiative to ensure that they educate and train youth and college students actually to learn how to become entrepreneurs and learn basic skills such as bookkeeping, because it's a widely, it's a mindset or a perspective actually that being an entrepreneur, you just wake up and start a business just like that. But on the contrary, you have a different perspective and actually a different training altogether. So really, what's your take on that?
Very key. Because simply before I started this business, before I joined the GIA, I was just doing it for fun. I didn't know the steps that are supposed to be taken, and the small money we could get, we could use it maybe for fun and all this, rather than learning how to grow into business. So GIA, in 3 months that I was in GIA, gave me another perspective of business. I was able to learn how to do bookkeeping. I was able to learn how to do marketing. I was able to
Would you say before then you didn't actually have these skills and knowledge?
I didn't have these skills and knowledge because I was just a journalism graduate come nutritionist graduate. So I was just doing it, let's do it for fun. But after the training, which was 6 months, 3 months, which was vigorous, I learned how to do bookkeeping, how to do marketing, how to do all the aspects needed in business. So it's key, and I thank Mount Kenya University for starting such a program, because now as a young entrepreneur, you are able to learn what is it in business. And they're able to tell you, you're not just going to business to have fun. You're going to face hurdles, and which is very true. We thought that in business you can break even in 1 week or 2 weeks. But honestly, when we went to the field, it took us exactly what we were being told, because to us it was like, these guys are just making fun of us. But it took us 2 to 3 years to even break even. So it prepares you mentally how to get into business.
And maybe I can ask Stella, what do you think really is, where is the need or where is the gap with really training and ensuring there are qualified people who do give these trainings to other people or young entrepreneurs or even business owners or enterprises, to give them the correct type of training, just to ensure that you're speaking from a point of knowledge and a point where you're doing what it is that you're preaching?
I think from what we learned from GIA, and my take from GIA was, one, we met so many mentors while doing this training. And there's only, I believe, from the minute that we visited, there was one mentor who was very real in what she told us, and that was Tabitha Karanja. She told us on our 3rd year in business, you'll get a lot of challenges. And for sure, that happened in my business.
What type of challenges did you experience?
Challenges like, for us, luckily enough, we were taught how to start paying the taxes, so it has not been an issue on our hand, because from day one we knew you're supposed to pay taxes. But then, like for me, on my 3rd year, someone dropped in my office saying they are from MCSK and they were not from MCSK. They wanted a bribe of 60,000. So those are the challenges she had prepared. Like when we went and sat down with her, she told us, you people, you must be ready. a business is not making money like you think you'll make money after 1 month or 2 months. You'll be there for one year, you want to close shop, and that has been the case. Because you know what we see online and the people that we're exposed to are people who are driving Range Rovers, people who are getting a lot of money, but that's not the case. You'll make your first catch, you are 20,000, tomorrow you make nothing, you take back the 20,000, plug it back to your business. So I think what we are lacking as young people is we are getting into business thinking, I need to be driving a Benz in my second month.
Away. Right.
Then you get in, you are to zero.
At zero.
You plugged
And it
in
takes
300,000, you've made losses, you're back to square one. So you give up, and that's why you find so many young people who are depressed.
In
Right.
fact, to add on,
Yeah.
the first investment I was given, trust to me, the first year, it was like a complete loss. Nobody knows you in the business. You don't have, you don't know people. It was a hassle. I even thought of, why should I close? Why should I go on with this? Why should I close? And the other problem that youths make is they don't have enough money to invest, yet they start with big offices, big equipments, rather than growing gradually.
And organically.
Yes.
Right. And maybe even as we close, because I'm being told actually that our time is running out, perhaps Professor Wanderi, you can comment and give a final take on really the stand of GIA and the importance and moving on and moving forward, how important it is to invest and learn and grow yourself when you're an entrepreneur and you're in business or you want to get started in business. What kind of steps that are very key and important to take at whichever stage you are in business as at now?
Thank you very much. I'll start by maybe going back to an earlier question you had asked. What should we do to ensure that at a national level we are ready for the opportunity that's coming? You know, the multiplier effect from the export of the crude oil. The truth is that this could create huge amount of opportunities, but in as long as Kenyans are not ready for it, they will not see them. The other day, and I'll quote a meeting we had at the university, and people were saying that it is important to expose our young people to the reality that better opportunities are available when you are trying to create your own job than when you're going seeking your own job. This is what we are trying to do at the GIA and Graduate Enterprise Academy, which is also referred to as the GIA. And now it happens that if at the national level we just experience students coming from the universities and we have opportunities, but you are not relating the opportunities to their capacities, they will not be ready for it. So we have to come up with a modality of training them, a modality of opening their mind and their eyes to the reality that there are opportunities for them to pick. You know, opportunities that are available for everybody. It's not in a competitive situation. Okay, obviously business, there is competition, but these are big opportunities. You ask yourself, why are individuals from other nations, I do not want to mention the nations, why are they all coming in big numbers to Kenya, to Africa, and they start their own companies? It's because we have opportunities. So we have to help our own young people, ourselves even, at my age and others, to see these opportunities so that they can join hands with everybody, with the young and the old, and open up this opportunity. Let's go for the opportunities. And therefore, then the second one is that for sustainability, we have all to be ready to continue learning. And I'm happy that the first cohort of Graduate Enterprise Academy, as well as the second cohort, we have now reached a point where we have moved from just letting them be skilled in business, but also being trainers. And we are now at a point where we are helping them, and we have helped them to move out and identify young people and train them, especially in collaboration with these other partners, like the ones I had mentioned.
Right.
So this is the way forward.
All right. Thank you very much for that, actually, that very interesting interview. And that has been Professor Wanderi, actually, with the final remarks. There are so many opportunities everywhere, and taking that time to actually learn and educate yourself, and especially because other people from abroad come in and they see the opportunity. So that's all the time, unfortunately, I had with you for today. Of course, let us know what you would want us to talk about in the next episode of Days Counter. Follow us on all the social media platforms. That's Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at TV47KE, and of course myself at Lucy_Riley. You've been watching Days Counter, and do stay with us for Shina Laupeo.